Vice President Vance started his day meeting with the Prime Minister of Pakistan, who has played a key role in getting the U.S. and Iran to a ceasefire and to the negotiating table. But there are now big issues to hammer out to reach a peace agreement.
High-stakes negotiations being held in Pakistan.
This morning, Vice President J.D. Vance touching down in Pakistan for the high-stakes talks between the U.S. and Iran, aimed at reaching an agreement to end the now 6-week war. Vance greeted by Pakistani officials upon arrival, leading the U.S. delegation, which also consists of Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Before he took off for Islamabad, the vice president speaking to reporters.
This is what Vice President J.D. Vance said.
Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith. We're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive.
The talk.
By the way, Donald Trump said we have 50,000 troops in that region area, Middle East, and 50,000 of U.S. troops are there, and we are ready to pull the trigger on them.
Come 4 days into a fragile ceasefire. President Trump expressing optimism.
We'll be able to finish it off one way or the other. It's going well.
The White House says negotiators are working off a modified 10-point proposal from Iran. A key U.S. demand, Iran turning over its stockpile of enriched uranium.
This is enriched uranium facility right here. You are seeing from the drone view.
No nuclear weapon.
No.
Number one.
The Iranian delegation touching down in Pakistan overnight.
These are the Iranian official leaders.
Insisting the U.S. must release its frozen assets, tens of billions of dollars tied up by international sanctions. President Trump earlier posting on social media, the Iranians don't seem to realize they have no cards other than a short-term extortion of the world by using international waterways, adding, the only reason they are alive today is to negotiate.
This is the only reason they are alive today. They do not have any facility left to do the war.
Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps said Friday its forces have not carried out airstrikes since the ceasefire began.
This is what
but
they
Iran
said.
has failed to meet President Trump's main condition, reopening the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes.
On Friday, just 2 ships moving through the critical waterway.
This is the exact video of those 2 ships moving away from the critical waterway.
The president accusing Iran of being dishonorable, posting, "That is not the agreement we have." But Iran claiming it's the U.S. now breaking the agreement.
Yes. How U.S. is breaking the agreement? Watch this thing.
Israel continuing its strikes on Lebanon. The White House says Lebanon was never part of the ceasefire.
President Trump says he thinks these talks will go quickly, but he told the New York Post that the U.S. military is resetting in case no deal is reached with Iran.
Look what he said. Look.
Rhiannon.
All right, Karen, thank you for that. And by the way, that ceasefire leading to these peace talks is a fragile one, threatened by missile strikes that are continuing all around the Middle East. ABC's Marcus Moore is in Beirut with the latest on that.
Yes, Beirut is in Lebanon. They say Hezbollah is there. We have a new spokesperson from news. Let's see.
Good morning, Marcus.
Rhiannon, good morning. We are at one of the strike sites in Beirut. We're told that this was a multi-story apartment building that was hit on Wednesday, and you can see now it is just a pile of rubble. We're told that there were a number of deaths here, and you look at the rubble and you can see furniture in there, also see blankets. There's a mattress on the other side and even books. And in fact, this looks like study materials for someone who's learning French. That everything that you would see inside of someone's home is left exposed here in Beirut right now. And
this is what is happening. This is, look.
This is just one of more than 100 sites that were hit on Wednesday, not only here in
More
Beirut,
than 100.
but also across southern Lebanon. And
Whole
while
Lebanon.
the Israeli strikes have slowed, those strikes are ongoing, particularly in the south. In fact, we have seen new video of a strike just yesterday in Kfar Joz. Now, Israel says that it has been targeting Hezbollah, but residents and also emergency services here.
The civilians are what at are the stake right now. Yes,
say
they
that they have
are.
been targeting residential areas. And I
Yes,
can tell you that there
residential
is
areas.
immense sadness and anger here. Hezbollah has fired a number of rockets into northern Israel in retaliation for these recent strikes. And all of this is now playing a critical role in the effort to secure a peace agreement in the war in Iran. U.S. and Israeli officials are trying to separate the war in Iran and what's happening here as two different issues. But the Iranians have said there can be no agreement in the war unless there's a ceasefire here in Lebanon.
Yeah, it is
This is what it is. What are your thoughts, you guys watching this video? Let us know in the comment section.